You caught me playing. Hi everyone. I am just getting ready to see the chat. So just give me 1 second and I will be right there. Did you guys have a good week? Okay, as you can see, my desk is not super tidy, but that's because I have grabbed things from here, there, and everywhere to put around me, so that I am ready to go for tonight. I think I can see. I can. I wonder how much of a lag there is this time. There's always like a huge lag. So when I'm looking to see what I'm doing, it's actually like taking forever on the day. I just put something somewhere that it shouldn't be there. Okay. Let's start with the journal that I made last week. And I'm trying to see which one is the front and which one is the back. And I think this is the back and this is the front. Yeah. So I finished it on the weekend. And it is super soft, right? There's all it is a doily, a piece of cotton, a hanky, and then the brocade fabric that I have. And you can see, like, I still have to cut strings off and do all of that, but I hand stitched everything together. So first I stitched the doily to the cotton, and then I stitched the cotton to the hanky, and then I stitched everything together with this, what is it called? It has a name and I can't think of it right now, but it makes it super soft, and like, it's really nice and floppy, and that means that it is also able to grow pretty thick because I have plans for it. And once the Adventures to Bakerine City is done, I will be moving into this. So tonight I will be getting some things ready for it, or at least playing with inks and paints and distress oxide sprays and my gel plate, and like, I have all kinds of stuff here, and I have alcohol inks, and of course there's always my distress reinkers. So I just want to play really, really hard and see what I can come up with, and if there is anything that is going to be usable for in this journal. That is my plan. So I am open for questions. I am open for chats. And let me introduce myself. My name is Mary Lou, and this is Create Junk Journals with Mary Lou. And I am located in Manitoba, Canada. And we're not smoky here. We are soggy. There is way too much water. If we would combine Ontario and Manitoba, yeah, we would have no problem. There would just be steam. trying to get to a point where I can see what I am doing. So I hope you guys had a great week. I did. It was, well, great. It was a week. And it was somewhat busy, somewhat not so busy. I'm working between 2 offices at the moment, and that makes things sometimes a little weird. But it's also a lot of fun to get to hang out with people that you don't usually get to hang out with at work, so that's always nice. I'm trying to get in here. How can I not get in? Ugh. There we go. I think that's what I was looking for. What the heck? Well, I don't know what's going on. Let's just go right here. Phyllis, hello. How are you? Okay. So, that's the journal. I am going to put this aside because I will be working in this, but that is coming. I want to do another series, kind of like the Adventures to Bacon Rind City, the same kind of setup, but then with this journal. So I'm going to put it aside so I'm not going to get it dirty immediately. And let me show you what I have. I have my gel plate. Let's grab that first. And my gel plate is not always super clean, but that's okay. Yes, I just threw it on the floor. There's like stuff that was always stuck to it, so it's okay. It's just papers. It's not a new gel plate. And I'm just going to stick it onto my mat here so that it's not going to move. There we go. And I'm okay with the edges being yucky. You can, I learned that you can spray it down with a little water, and then you just need a cloth, which is sometimes really easy to say. My apologies. I knew I was going to need a cloth and then I didn't grab one, so now I have to do it right now. Doesn't always want to cooperate with me. There it goes. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of rub this a little bit, get it as clean as I can, and then we can move along. So I hope you are ready for some experimenting and some playing. That's really what I want to do tonight. I just want to play with alcohol inks and paints and distress oxides and my distress ink, my distress re-inkers, and see what I can do with my gel plate and all of that. There's a couple of different techniques that I have previously practiced, so I'm not totally unprepared. Okay. She's clean-ish. And let's put this in the center so we can all see what is happening. Hey, Corey. Are you smoky? Okay, what do I want to start with? Do I want to start with paint or do I want to start with alcohol ink? Alcohol ink is something I have not really tried on my gel plate. So let's start with that. Let's see what we can do with some alcohol inks. So I'm not putting it down onto my plate because I don't know how dirty the bottom of my container is, and I'm just grabbing a bunch of different colors that I think would be pretty. I don't want to take anything that is crazy bright. Well, no, there's no smoke here, Corey. We are, I said a little earlier that we have wet feet here. We had, like the river was insanely high. We did not reach the levels of 2011 and 2014, but it was crazy high. And so we've got up north lots of communities that are evacuated out because of the water, and Brandon is still completely diked off, and it's like little by little everything is coming back to normal, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. I, on the other hand, am on high ground. There's no fear for me. So on Friday, last Friday, when I talked to you guys, I was telling you that the river was so high, but it wasn't at the road yet. Saturday morning when I woke up, the water was over the road. There was, and it was so incredibly hot and humid. And there was so many videos of people that I know that were walking on the street, like on the highway, because the highway was closed off. They were walking on the highway with their bare feet, and they were catching carp and stuff. So yeah, kind of a bizarre moment. Anyway, that's about me. And so I've been saying the whole week that we should just be sending our water to Ontario, and maybe that will help. So I have a bunch of different colors here, and let's see what I can do. I forgot, of course, to grab my paper. So the idea for this project came kind of from this paper. I have this pack of glossy photo paper, and I will never use it because I use matte photo paper. But I don't know if you guys know that, but if you have glossy photo paper, you can also use that with your alcohol inks. So that's what I want to do, and I want to see what I can create with the gel plate, glossy photo paper, and I've got stencils here, alcohol ink. So let's just get moving. Just trying to see. I think I just got rid of my chat. I'm sorry. I just keep messing with this. No, I think I can see the chat too now. I am at the screen that I wanted. I'm sorry, I'm opening my can. There we go, that's the screen I wanted. I'm good, I'm good. Okay, so I have a stencil. Let's grab a bigger one because it's easier to do with a bigger one, I think. Oop. So I have a nice big stencil. And I know that if I, okay, let's just do this first. So if I put that on there, and I'm just going to sprinkle a few colors. Corey, you are my hostess. Thank you. That's always the question that I forget about. And I am really curious where everybody is from. Absolutely. Okay, now I have my dauber. And I have a felt. And I'm just going to, oops. So I'm going to take the stencil, and I'm putting the stencil on here. And then I'm just going to go around like that so that I have ink everywhere. And I think I need to work a little bit faster with this because it's going to dry pretty quick. I think. Let's just see what will happen. This is the new part. I have no idea what's going to happen. So if this works, it is by fluke. It works. I'll show you. It does work. But I think I do need to work a little faster than what I was doing. So what happens when I lift this now? Can I take a second piece? And I'm just going to use the same pieces over, but until I have something that I like. I need to turn this around. Oh, that's cool. And it's cleaned my plate. Oh, that looks really cool. I like this one way more than this one. You see that? This I can do something with. This one, not so much. Let's try that again. Is that the right? Yeah. Okay, so let's try this again, but we'll put the, we'll work a little faster, and I will start with sprinkling a little bit of the blending solution. It shouldn't hurt, because if it's hurting with the blending solution, then it will also hurt when I'm putting the alcohol inks on it. And I just want some color, just to see what I can do with any of this. Is this the same thing? Oh no, this is pool, this is patina. Okay. So I'm going to use the exact same stencil. And I'm just going to, which side did I use? It doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, let's put this right back in the center. And I'm going to spray a little bit of the blending solution on here. Corey, I think everybody, there's a lot of people that are watching on TV. They can't chat. So I'm going to say hi to Nancy because I know Nancy is there. She always watches on TV. Phyllis is here. And I'm not sure who else is here. But the cool thing is that I am starting to recognize people. Am I right, Nancy? You're on TV? You're watching on TV? I don't know. What would happen? Do you think I could watch it on TV too? Would that work? I wonder how far away my remote control is. Not far. It's right here. Let's see if I can do that too. I'll join the party. I will have to turn the sound off. Anybody who's watching this not live is going to be like, what the heck are these ladies doing? Okay. Yeah, but can I watch, like, that's my question, like, can I watch myself? I don't think I can. I think there's a lot of options. Oh wait. No, that's too difficult. I don't know how to do that, so I need someone who can do that while I am doing all of this. Oh, that worked way better. So with the blending solution, so spraying the alcohol inks on there, putting the blending solution on here, and then dabbing it down, this is what came out of it. And I like that. That is really cool. So now I wonder what turned out here. Do I need to? Well, let's just see what happens. Oh. Okay. Yep, it worked again. Oh, I think so. Here's my problem always with the with using my gel plate. I very rarely get anything cool out of it. But I am loving these alcohol prints. Like, there's actually cool things coming out of it. So that's fantastic. I'm really excited about that. I don't know if you guys are realizing that. Yeah, like, they're pretty awesome. Okay, now I want to try something else. I'm still going to use the alcohol inks, but I want to do it a little different. Ooh, where did this one come from? So what I have you guys ever seen this done? This is Play-Doh, just plain Play-Doh. No more than that. Play-Doh. And I have their clay rollers. So I think that will, maybe I can put a marker in there. Yeah. So I'm putting a marker in there. And I'm going to see if I can get a pattern into my Play-Doh. Let's try that again. My gel plate is a little bit in my way. There. Okay, let's try that again. So now I have a design right here in my Play-Doh. I don't know if you can see it. I don't even have my big overhead light on. There we go. Now you can see it. So it's like all mushrooms. So I want to kind of try the exact same thing. So I'm going to put the blending solution on there. And I'll use the patina again because I just love the patina color. And I want some butterscotch. Oh, this is caramel, but I know I have that sunshine yellow. I think I announced pretty loudly that it was going to be messy. It was going to be just a bunch of different experiments. So, and I have no idea what's going to happen. So now I'm going to take this and I'm just going to drop it in there and kind of pat it down and then pull it back up. I don't know if it did anything. I know you can do this with paint. I wasn't sure if you would be able to do it with alcohol ink too. It doesn't look like it. Let me grab the one that I didn't like so much. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if it prints like that. Oh, it does. Oh, that's cool. So when you are using Play-Doh and you're using paints, it will not print onto paper. Well, when you're doing it with the photo paper and the, you know why it's printing. Okay, it's giving a layer of Play-Doh onto the paper. I don't know if that is what I want. Okay, now I'm going to come back to the Play-Doh idea later because that's kind of silly. Anyway, I'm going to put a little bit more blending solution on there. And let's grab a different stencil. And I'll just put it right there. And I'm just going to use this one again and take a layer of the ink off. This is turning into a messy paper. And I will take the stencil off. And put this back on here. Oh, I like this one. How cool is that? So that one is beautiful. Oops. But it's a completely different vibe from this. I do really like that. Like, they're all very different. Even though like it's a different stencil, I am aware, but that looks super cool. Okay, I'll do one more. And I want to do one where I am using lace. So last week I was on Marketplace, and I said that last week already. I was on Marketplace and I found this, or I saw this lady who was selling a big bag of old doilies and tablecloths and stuff. And she was like, it's a full garbage bag. There was no, they don't smell yucky or anything like that, but some had a stain on them and some had a little tear. Well, for me, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. I was not too concerned. So I think I paid $10 for it. And I got that giant bag of doilies and lace and lace tablecloths and lace curtains, and you know, like lots of crochet doilies, just stuff. So now I've kind of been cutting it into pieces and taking the lace off the fabric doilies and things like that. And I want a little patina too. I think it is the patina that I like the best, and it is just matching these colors really nicely. I am going to spray this a bit. I don't want to use the other one. I want to use the spray. So let's see. Phew, that's stinky. I want the lace in here first. And that's why I wanted all that liquid. So let's see what happens. That was smart. So smart. Okay. And I think we'll get two completely different prints, but it should work the same way. Well, maybe not, but it does look kind of cool. I can do something with this. I can ink it probably with something else as well. So I'll take this off. But look how cool the lace looks now. So let's try this once more. I'm just going to use the exact same paper. I don't know if this worked. Sure did not. A little bit here and there. No, not my favorite. Definitely. That goes in the discard pile. But I do like the lace. I do like how that turned out. Yeah, it's really pretty. That side. And that side. I can do something with that. Can you see that on a page, like as a background? That would look really cool. Just stitch around it, and then you can put all kinds of stuff over it. It's it's really, really soft material too. Okay, well, she's clean for sure. So let's move on to the oxides. I just want to get all of that out of the way, and then I'll go to the paints, because the paints usually make a bit more of a mess than any of this. Just need to put my inks away. So Phyllis, when you are playing with alcohol ink, or with your gel, with a gel plate, or do you not have a gel plate? Like, I'm not sure if I understand, because you say you love watching gel printing, but have you tried it yourself? That was a really strange way to ask that question. So I'm going to continue using the glossy photo paper, even for the distress oxides, because I want to see what happens. I am in full experimental mode. Let me grab a bunch of different oxides. I want to stay somewhat muted, not overly, but just a little bit. So I don't want to use like the big bright greens and stuff like that. Well, I'll grab the villainous potion just because it's right there. Oh, and it needs to be shaken up really well. Okay, let's start with the old paper. And then add in some dried marigold. I love dried marigold. There. And then I'm going to grab that same floral stencil, and I'm going to put that on there. Okay, I'm going to grab the sheet that didn't come out all that well. I can still reuse that. So let's see what happens. Oh, that's great. That's cool. And I think even with the glossy paper, once this is dry, it is not gonna not gonna smear anymore. And I have water right here. Let's just see. Yeah, it's now permanent. Like, I can take the top layer off, but the bottom layer stays exactly as it was. So that is exactly the same idea as when you are spraying the oxides onto matte photo paper. Okay, take this back off. And I am going to give it a bit of a mist. Let's see. Just a little, so that it will oxidize. That's what I want. So the last time I was using my gel plate, I was practicing something, and I actually have it recorded. But I made such a bad mess that I just didn't want to touch it anymore. Oh, I am seeing something really cool that's happening. That looks good. It's interesting. It's interesting how it has all these different colors. Because what did I use? I used old paper. And I used marigold, dried marigold. And then the stencil just had alcohol ink left on it, which is that blue. So it didn't, like, it's actually a really neat effect. I don't know if it comes out. It probably doesn't come out on camera the way that I can see it. That one is good. Let's see. I think I want to try something. So I still have, I don't know if you can see it, but there's still some left on here. So I'm going to grab some regular paper, because I do have regular paper here too. And this is just plain copy paper, so I want to see if I spray no, I think I need some paint to pick it up, but I don't know. I'm really confused and I'm really conflicted right now. I don't know what to do. I think I need to have a dark one to pick up the light. There's my villainous potion. There. And I also have some walnut stain. Like, this is not, like, this is Paper Artsy Infusions walnut stain. So now I am just going to put this on here and see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen. There's a lot of water here, so it may not turn into anything. Definitely, absolutely nothing. So now I'm just trying stuff. I wonder if I don't want to do that. Okay, I'll just grab a new one. And I'm just going to spray the walnut ink spray and see what happens. I just it should work, and otherwise I just have to clean my plate. This is like the coolest color. Is really cool, actually. Yeah, I like those colors. I like how that turned out. That works. Not what I was intending, but it works. So I think that I need to move to the paint, because I don't know if you can see it, but all the distress ink is still on here, the oxides. So I think I need to put paint on it and then lift it, and maybe that will work a little bit better. So I have some wisteria. And I don't need a lot. And I'm using Paper Artsy paint, and I don't usually use Paper Artsy paints for my gel plate, because they dry so fast, and that means that the paper usually gets stuck when I'm using it. So we'll see what happens. There must be a hair or something on my my thing. Okay. I am grabbing, I think I'll grab the same stencil again, if I can find it. Where did I put it? Right there. Okay. Laying the same stencil in there again. And grabbing just some regular copy paper. Pull a beautiful print. That's actually a really nice print. And you can tell like there's lots of paint still right there. I'm just going to lift some more paint off because I don't want that much on there. And I'm going to lift this off. And it is dissolving the alcohol ink as well. You can see the different colors. Let me see if it's easier to see if I zoom you in. Like it's getting like all the different colors here. And I don't know if that is the distress oxides or if that is the alcohol ink. I don't know. I think I want to use a different stencil. No, I don't. I don't want to use another stencil. I know what I want to do. I want... purple here. Don't. I can probably use a little blue. It's too light. I'm having a dilemma. I am using magenta by Liquitex. I'm just going over it, and this is not opaque, so you can see the remaining paint. You can see through here. So I have a piece of toilet paper roll, and what I want to do is I'm just going to put that in there and slide it down. So I want to just get a little bit of a different design in here. That looks so cool. Okay. And then I need this to dry a little bit. Just need it to dry. Not a lot, but if I put the next layer of paint on there, then it's going to ruin the design. I may have ruined it already anyway, so it doesn't overly matter. Come on, just dry already. It's tacky. I don't know. I'm going to try it. I'm going to use haze. I might get some kind of marbled effect because it definitely did not completely dry, but it's okay. We'll see what comes out of it. Let's grab some paper. And I'm just going to give it a bit of a mist so that the paint isn't so dry. And we'll just hopefully be able to pull the whole thing at once. It doesn't always work very well. It's a very ballsy to do this live because I don't know what's going to happen. So far it's good, but I don't know. Let's try it. Something is coming off of it. I actually really like it. Like, how cool is that? It's kind of a different design, but look at the colors though, right? Like, super cool. Okay, I'm going to leave the paint on here and I'm going to go over it with a aqua duck egg. So nice, soft, light turquoisey color, kind of, well, a duck egg color. A lot of paint, just a little bit, and this is opaque paint, so this will cover nicely. But because I'm making a Regency journal, I'm okay with going with a little bit darker colors, but I also want some really nice light colors. So I found a hair that's been hanging around here. There we go. Okay. Let's grab this one. Let's grab a sheet of paper. I have 2 sheets of paper here. So I always find that it takes a little while to warm up. My oxide sprays are a little in my way. Oh, that is so pretty. Look how the colors just all blended together. I like that. So pull this off. And there's a lot of color here right now. So just want it to dry again. You know what? I have my little blowy tool. I wonder if that will work. You need like something to blow at it. Okay. So I have my paint layer right now. I want to take a little bit of, let's grab that patina again if I can find it. No, not that one. Right here. And let's see what happens if I mix alcohol inks and paint. And that's a pretty bright one, but that's okay. And let's grab the caramel again too. So I am being super careful, but I want to try and see what happens, what comes out if I do this. Will that work? So I just want to kind of blend the alcohol ink through a little bit. And then let's let the whole thing dry. Take the blowy tool again. I'm just trying to get 1 or 2 papers that are fun, that are interesting, where you can actually do something with it. And this is why I say, like, you're going to get messy. Okay, I'm just trying to get the alcohol inks to dry with the paint now. And the alcohol ink won't dissolve the paint, but it will blend into it. Then I am grabbing my vanilla. And my vanilla is opaque, and I'm giving it just a little bit. Like that. And I will just go all the way over top. And do I want to grab? I really like how this paper comes up. Let's try it with this one again. That's the glossy photo paper. I have no idea what it's going to do with paint, but we'll find out. I do need to get a good pull so that it's semi-clean again, because I do want to play with some lace next and kind of do the same idea but then with lace. Okay. Oh, it's pulling and it's not pulling clean. Well, I did lose my design. I am not quite sure how that happened, but oh, this is so cool. And totally not what I intended, because I was intending that the whole design from the stencil would still be on here, but it's not. So it's just in this, like, I just have it on the sides a little bit. I do really like it though. How cool is that? Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to take my piece of Play-Doh and I'm just going to knead it back together, and I want to put some of these aside a little bit because they're somewhat in my way, all my Distress Oxide sprays. Because I want to play with a little bit of lace. And I want to show you, I've seen someone do this and I thought it was really, really cool. So my plate is not clean, and that's okay. I am not overly concerned. I just don't want to get Play-Doh on it. What am I going to do? I am going to use vintage lace for the base. Whoops. It just sprayed out. I'm putting a fairly thick layer on here. Where would I have put my brayer? What the heck? It was in my hand. Right there. So I've given it a little bit more paint than what I was using. And this is vintage lace. And I just want to show you the differences here. The sheet I've been rolling off on. Let's put that beside me. There we go. Much better. Now, where did my lace go? Right here. So I'm going to take this lace and I'm going to lay it into the paint. just kind of rubbing the lace straight into the paint. I'm not going to go over it with the paper, I think. I just want to go like this, because that should pull a design. And now I have this one where it's cool, but it's not what I want. So I am just going to put that back over top of here. And we'll see what comes out of it. Oh, well, that's interesting. I can see the floral design a little bit. It's not overly bright, but that's because there's nothing else going on, right? So what I saw is this. So now I need this to go over to the side a little bit. This needs to come over here. This needs to go right here. You can still see it. And I need to take this and roll it out. And this is a clay roller, so and it's just Play-Doh, just plain Play-Doh. Nothing super exciting or anything like that. And my gel plate is 8, I think it's an 8 by 10. Hi, Junk Journal Daydream. Where are you from? So I've seen someone do this, and I thought it was the neatest thing, and I've tried it before, and it definitely works. But I didn't have a roller, so my thing was my Play-Doh didn't get very smooth. You're from Ontario. I'm in Manitoba, so welcome. I hope you're not smoked. And if you are, well, then you're now in a safe place. Okay, so I have my Play-Doh and I have my lace. So now I'm going to put the lace onto the Play-Doh, and I'm going to roll that in there. And then you get the design in the Play-Doh. I don't know if you can see it, but then I'm going to use the aqua duck egg again. And I may actually move to my paints that aren't drying as quickly right after this. Oop. I need more paint than that. Okay, now the cool thing is that you can just roll the Play-Doh up and you can use it over and over and over again. It doesn't absorb, or like it doesn't get messy with the paint. It's really weird how that works, actually. Okay. So now I'm just going to pick the Play-Doh up and I'm going to lay it right here. And I'm just going to give it a good tap. And then I'll pick it back up. So you should be able to see the design in here now. And I think I have lousy lace, so I will move to a different lace. Let's just full on play. Let's put some lace right here. And I'm just using my hand as the tool right now. Loving the designs and colors. Reminds me of the reverse coloring books popular 3 years ago, where you have a design that you take a fine line marker and outline images you see. Yeah, well, that's kind of what you can do with this. It is somewhat the same idea. Okay, so I now have a little bit of a mess, and it is just drying. I'm just picking up a little bit more of the paint here and there so that we get the different designs in there. I just need it to dry. So this I can just crumple back up, and it is dry, like, and it won't give off color at all, but it does kind of take the color off my hands. Okay, so let's put a this is a peacock teal over it and see what happens. So this is just a Deco Art Americana paint, and it doesn't dry as fast as the Paper Artsy, so that's kind of why I wanted to switch to it. I love the Paper Artsy to do everything else with, but not for the gel plate. Because you can see it on my brayer too. The paint just sticks to it. It's there, it's going to stay, and that's where it is. Let's grab a sheet of paper, and this is just regular copy paper again, and see what we get. Just waiting for it to dry for a moment. I kind of want the edges gone. If anybody else uses a gel plate, how does that happen? Like, why does it always just stick to the edges? Oh, I now need to pull it because it is starting to get stuck to the plate. There we go. Oh, and look, nothing happened. It is really cool, but yeah. I can see the design of the lace very faintly, but nothing that is overly exciting, even though it's a cool print. I'm more excited about what's left on the plate. Why is the lace not wanting to work for me today? Let's see if it's going to make a big difference. This one has more bigger holes, so let's try that first. And I was going to grab my smaller plates, but I have no idea where I put them. None. So that's why I'm dealing with the big plate and not my little 6x6 plate. And I have Play-Doh under my nails now. Ugh. So I think I'm going to do this different, and I'm going to lay the lace down first. Lay the lace down first. Put this on here. That nice big wider piece right there. And I'm going to take my roller again, and I'm just going to roll it into the lace. So I can see the design, so that's a good thing already. And I'm going to grab the Sea Breeze. It's going to be really light, and there's a lot of paint here, so hopefully it will do a little bit better than the last couple I've done. Oh, I have way too much paint. Super sloppy. Sloppy paint. At least I can tell that this is not drying as fast. Because let's see what will happen. So I'm going to grab this and put it in here. And I'm going to lay it on the side here. I'm just going to leave it there. It's not in my way. It's good. The other thing I want to do is I want to grab my toilet paper roll again. And I'm just going to kind of move some of this away from around the design. I think it's going to be a, well, it is what it is kind of thing. Why did it work the last time? I'm just letting this dry again. And I'll roll this out, and I may put stencil in it. Because I know it works. I've done it. And when you want to show how it works, of course it's not going to. I'll take these. And this is way too much paint still, so now it doesn't want to dry. So I'm just going to take a sheet of paper and put it on there and say, okay, that was a fail. How about that? I may pull something really cool off of it, but I'm going to say it was a fail. Because it doesn't want to dry. You can see a little bit of the lace right here, but it's not super bright. I do like how it picked up some more color. Every time there's a little bit more color coming off of it. Let's grab, what color would look good with that? I am going to grab a pink. Because why not? And let's try with a little bit less paint. And I think that the Deco Art paint is also not nearly as opaque as what the Paper Artsy is. So that's another part. Okay, I'm going to pick this up and lay this right there. Very carefully. I don't know if you noticed. I was very careful there. There we go. That is exactly what I wanted. Now you can see the stencil design in there. So what I want to do now is take this. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay, now let's take this stencil and some paper. And kind of get a different design on the edges. Let's do the same over here. See, all I'm doing is just taking a bit of the paint away. Okay. Well, I think this is like the first time I am actually seeing something where I'm like, oh, this might be interesting. This might turn into something. What do I want to put over top of this? Because now I need something that will pull it. Vanilla. I want to use white. I don't think I want to use white, do I? You know what? I'm going to try. I have some tattered rose here. And I have some Lost Shadow. So they're both pretty light colors. And then I'm going to grab one of these again. Do I have one that can use a little bit more color? This one can use a little bit more color. So I'm just going to put this over top. Interesting. It's not hideous. Not hideous at all, actually. Right here, I have a little bit much, so it needs to dry. And then I am going to put the vanilla over top. No, I'm going to actually grab the chantilly. And see what happens when I pull it. So next week, there will not be a live. I am sorry. I am going to the movies with my grandkids next Friday. So apparently you're not allowed to live stream when you're in the movie theater. So I am going to have to skip one. I hope that is okay. But even if it's not, I'm not changing it. Okay. Let's grab. I'll grab one of the photo papers again. For some reason, I really like what these photo papers are doing. And you know, and I get these at the thrift store, so it's not like I ever have like a solid place to get the photo paper. But when I find it, I usually buy everything that I see, because exactly for this reason. Look at how beautiful that pulls. Ugh. Like, my plate is almost clean. I really like this. I really like this. What do you guys think? I like this as a background. And what I also like is that you can see, like, it's almost like there's sparkles on it because of the glossy paper from underneath. Okay, let's see. I am in deep thought, trying to figure out what I am going to do, because I really can't do much when I have the big plate here. I think, should I do one more? What do you think? And then we'll play with some other mixed media. It's now 8:30, so I've been doing this for an hour and a half. If I do a little bit more, and then we'll go to something else. Another thing that I wanted to experiment with, of course I can't find it now. I have doilies that I had grabbed that I thought I could play with as well. I did put them right here with me. But for some reason I can't find them anymore. They're not there. Weird. So weird. Oh, there they are. Okay, I have a doily. So I may just grab two. And these are really cool doilies, and I think they will work. I think they will really work. These are Hallmark doilies, and they're really pretty. They have lots of design in them, so they're not just the regular plain old doilies. Let's put that there. Move this back to the middle. I'm going to put my Play-Doh back in the Play-Doh bin. Because that works better when I have a small plate, I think. I really like these two colors, and maybe a dark blue. If I do something like that, that would be cool. So I'm going to start with the darkest one. Thanks, Phyllis. It'll just be 1 week. I may, if I have time, I may record a big video, but it's not the same as being live. So I may just say, you know what, I'm skipping 1 week, and then I'll be back right after. I am just spending the weekend with my grandkids, and that's way more important sometimes than doing this. Not that this is not important, but you know. Okay, so I'm going to put the doilies in here. One. These are really thick doilies. Okay, I'm going to put it right here as well. Let's pull this one off. Yep. And then let's do that. Oh, you guys will all be way too busy anyway, building your lab books for the adventures to Bacon Rain City. So I just want this to dry just a little bit more, so I'm not going to lose my design. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but I can. But that's because the light kind of falls different for me. I think it's mostly dry. I don't like using my heat gun on my gel plate, so. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over it with the peacock teal. No idea what's going to happen. I think I need a little bit more. That's better. You want paint on it. You don't want to overload it, but you do want paint on it. Okay. So what I want to do is have a little stretch of thin lace. Now I want to lay it in there. And kind of make a different design in there again. I have no idea if something will come out of it. I would think it would. I just want some stripes. There. And then it can dry again. And then I'm going to use the sea breeze to make a pull, I think. So I'm just drying this, and this is the last one I'm going to do. And then we'll play with what I have made. Okay, so now I'm just going back over this with the sea breeze. A little bit more because I don't want to lose my base. There we go. That part worked. Grab one of the gloss papers. And let's see what we get. Kind of excited because I have no idea what's going to come out of this. I don't know if it worked or if it wasn't dry enough or well, it's a beautiful pull. I don't mind it. Like, it's kind of the same idea as this one. I don't mind it. Is it fantastic? No. But it is really cool. And this one then has more design even than this one. I don't know. I am obviously doing something wrong, but I do like what I have gotten today. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water on here and clean it with my cloth quickly. If I can find my cloth again. It's just easier to do that than do another pull and another pull, and when just a little bit of water or a baby wipe will work too. We'll take the rest of the paint off. Use baby oil too, it works. My container. And my covers. Kicking stuff around. Okay. My brayer needs to go in a big deep water bath. Let's see what I got, because this is what my base is going to be for everything that I want to do now. So I'm just making a pile here. Oh no, this one was the bad one. Okay, so not that one. Not that one. But I like that one. And these. Alright. So these were the alcohol ink ones, and I still really like those, and I think they might be my favorites because they are just gorgeous. They might be a little bit shiny, but you know, I am going to work it and work it and work it until it's not so shiny anymore. This is still my favorite for today. I love it. I may actually leave that one exactly like that. This one is kind of cool, but yeah. Same with that one. And then we have the paints. I do like them. Like I'm not unhappy with any of them. But they are not exactly what I had in mind. And the day has not happened yet where with my gel plate I get what I am actually intending to do. So it's okay. So I'm going to keep this one right here. And I am going to put, what stencil did I use? Did I use this one? I think so. So I'm going to take, oh no, I used the doilies. So I'm going to take this stencil and I'm going to lay it over top, kind of so that it is covering the whole design, just like that, somewhat. Let's pull it down just a little bit so I'll have it like just this part doesn't have anything on it. Okay. So now I am going to take Faded Jeans Distress Oxide, and I'm going to spray that over top. And a little bit of water because you do need to activate the oxidation. And then I am taking just a piece of, this is like the one that I used to pull paint off of, but I'm just going to put it over top. And I'm just going to take some of this off. Just like that. Look at that, that's now a beautiful print. So then I can lift this. Am I getting what I'm hoping to get? No, probably not. So, and yes, I know, I am moving this, but that's okay. So let's try this again. And use the Lost Shadow, because this is a lighter color, so that should work. And I'm just going to right away lift it up. Do we have what we want? No. Still, hell no. Let me dry this for a second and see what happens. So I want to tell you guys that what I am seeing versus what I'm seeing on the screen is two completely different things. Like it's the same design, but it shows up way more on the screen than it does in front of me, which is kind of weird. So I want to try that again because I really want this design in here, but maybe because my paper is a little warped now, that's why it's not working very well. Let's try it with the old paper. There we go, that's way better already. And let's dry that. And now I want to take my gold paint, because of course I have to use my gold paint. So this is Paper Artsy Gold. If you're ever looking for a good gold paint, this is the one. This is the one, the only one that I have ever found that actually looks like gold. It is just lovely. I have a new one. I don't want to break it out yet, so I'm just using this old one till the bitter end. It is thick and it is dried up a little bit, but as long as there's still stuff in there, I am using it. Grab some water and fan brush. I always use a fan brush, and I don't know if you can see how bright gold that turns into. And I'm taking my rolling thingy, and I now have gold speckle all over my glasses. But I do really think that is beautiful. That turned out so cool. Let me just see if we can get that in the camera so you can see the shine of that gold. I really like it. Yeah, it definitely, you can see it now. I am happy with this one now. This is what I was looking for. So, let's see. I'm just putting that aside to dry. And let's grab the next one. So that's this pale one. And I am grabbing the exact same stencil again because I do like this stencil. Okay. And with this one, I think really need some more distress oxide sprays. I need something a little bit brighter. Maybe the cracked pistachio will work. I would really like to have the peacock feathers. Do I want to use old paper or do I want to use, let's use the shaded lilac. Why not, right? There. Ooh, that's so pretty. Okay, I'm just going to dry it quickly. Okay, so that looks cool, and that looks like, it looks interesting because we've got the pinks coming through from the gel print, and then the oxides are on top of that. So I really like how that looks and the effect that it gives it. It gives it like a almost 3D effect. So I'm just picking up some more of the gold paint, and I am leaning back quite a bit so that I'm not getting it all over my glasses again. I gave it like a dusting of gold. It's really cool. It's very metallic-y now. So the combination of all the flat paints and then that shiny gold, it's very interesting. And there's a lot of color, but it's like, it's really interesting. It's super cool. So, so like they're done very similarly, but with different colors, and they look totally opposite from each other. Like you wouldn't say that that was the same stencil on both. I like it a lot. I'm just going to let both of them dry right now. And let's carry on. So I have this one. And this one is kind of neat. So what I want to do is I want to use the exact same stencil that I used here. And see if I can line that up somehow, because it wasn't really the stencil that I used. It was the whatchamacallit. Yeah, that thing. The Play-Doh. So if I put this back over top, that would work. Put this back over top. And then I am going to take I want this. This is just infusions, but it's the walnut ink infusions. So that's what I want to use. And I'm just going to spray it over top, because I think that will just give the stencil a little bit more visibility. Yeah, for sure did. But all the colors are still coming through. Like, it's not like it's now completely brown. It is pink, but it now looks like an old pink. Yeah, even on the screen it looks really cool. It's interesting. I am so dirty, you guys. Look at my hands. Um, I like this. I don't know if I want to put gold paint on it though. I think this needs to be like a background, but without gold paint. This might be one where I am going to use it in like journal cards or something like that. So I'll just put it to dry. Oh, let's throw it on the floor. How about that? I just threw it on the floor. Let's grab these alcohol inks and see if there is anything that I can do that is going to enhance that. And I know there is. For example, I want to use this, and I have my pixie dust. It is a texture paste, and I need a knife. I need a palette knife. So I'm just going to put some pixie dust over top of it. So that's going to give it a sparkle. And I don't want sparkle all through the journal. I do want some sparkle. It's supposed to be a pretty romantic journal. Oh, I like that a lot. So I'll turn it over. And I'm going to do the same thing on the side. Oh yeah, I like that. Yep. Good. That's the second one. And I'm going to have to clean all those stencils up really, really well. And this has a lot of sparkle in it, and I don't know if you can see it if the light picks it up, but it's definitely like pixie dust texture paste. And I have these flowers, and I think I may want to put this right here. Do I really want to do that? I think I do. And I'll tell you why. I am wanting to try to use my regular texture paste, and I want to mix it with that gold paint. Now I'll put some more gold paint in there. Because I do want it to sparkle. Sparkle and shine. Oh yeah. Maybe a little bit should work. And all of these. So I'm just going to move this over just a little bit so I'm not laying it inside the paste. And then I am kind of moving the flowers right over top of the pixie dust. So, and then I'm sticking it down in there. Now let's see what happens when I do this. No idea, I've never done this with the gold paint. I've used paint to mix with the stencil paste, but I've never really used the gold paint because I wasn't sure what would happen. So it's kind of interesting to see what will happen now. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. I don't know if it's going to shine and sparkle, but it is really cool. I'm going to put it back down over here so that I can just use up a little bit of that paste. Because, you know, don't want to waste that gold paint. And that was a lot of gold paint. There we go. Oh, I really like that. With any luck, it is going to shine and shine and shine some more. Dirty cloth. Okay, that needs to dry on its own a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do a whole lot more to it. I do like it, and it's going to really be shiny because we've got the fairy dust right here, and then fairy dust right here, and then gold throughout. Now, the only other thing that I could do is take a little bit of the Lost Shadow. And I just want to give it some splatter, but a really light splatter. I don't want a dark splatter. And you know, like, you can let this dry, and then you can do like whatever else you want to do over top of it. There we go. And that works. Let's let that dry and see what comes out. So then I have this one. Where are we at for time? Okay, so that one, nothing really happened to this one. It's just kind of a meh. It's cool, but it's not like overly cool. So I have this stencil, and I was going to put it over top. just like that. And I think I want to take some darker colors. And go over it. And I have faded jeans. And we have, where does it come from? I have a spun sugar. And then to offset it and to get the oxidization to work, I am going to spray it with the walnut stain, or that walnut, it's called just walnut or simply walnut or something like that. So that kind of tones down those bright colors. And now I'm going to take a second sheet and I'm going to put it face down on here and kind of make another print, because there's so much ink on that stencil now, you don't want to waste that, so I'm just printing this side. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at those colors. How lovely is that? That turned out really, really good. You guys, if you've never played with photo paper, you really, really need to. So this is what came out from the bottom now. And it's cool. But I like this one better. This one is stunning. Those colors are just lovely. The purple with the pink and the blue. It is absolutely amazing. Where this one, it is really cool. But it has all the other inks underneath it still. So it's not as vibrant as what the other one is, but I do like it. Put that to dry, and I can put this one to dry. There we go. Now, this one. I don't know what to do with it. I just like this one just like that. But I do want to put some gold with it. And I have a gold marker. I believe I have a gold marker somewhere. Right here. So let me just wipe up some of this ink that is all over my mat now, because now I'm going to spread it all over the place. Okay. So I want to take the gold paint. I want to kind of jazz this up. So all I'm going to do is kind of outline the white spaces. And it doesn't have to be neat and tidy. Actually, it's usually better if it's not neat and tidy. That makes it look neater. It's kind of different not doing anything paper doll on a Friday. I have been doing that for the last little while, so I don't know if I see any more of the flowers. Can I take the same stencil, because the stencil's right here. Is that just this one? Yeah. I think it is. Okay. So just lay this right here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go inside the stencil and just kind of trace loosely. I'm not like crazy going around it, but I think that will jazz this up quite a lot. Because the stencil's not just made for stencil paste or paints or inks or anything like that. You can also trace with it. And I love doing that. Love tracing stencils. And especially like loosely tracing them. Because you get kind of shapes, but you don't get the same design every time. Oops. I see another one, yeah, right here. So I'm just kind of like, it's just scribbly flowers. I can do the same thing right here. I'll just lay it down and just do a couple more. But you don't have to do it with a stencil. You can also just take your marker and just draw them just like that, right? Like right here, I'm just going to kind of turn that into a better flower because I don't like how it looks right here. I want it to be like a flower, kind of like that. Pretty loosely. Don't need it to be like the neatest painting in the world, because that's not what it's intended for. It is intended to be just some gold accents on this alcohol ink background. I do like that. That is cool. What else do I have that I could put on there? I don't think I want to tone it down any more than that, but I do like how the gold paint looks. I could also grab a black pen. Maybe, if I can find one. There we go, my black gel pen, and go and do kind of the exact same thing, but over the gold with the black gel pen, right? So you get the same idea. You get some really pretty scribbly flowers. And if you want, you can cut these flowers out and use them as embellishments. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but that might be something that I am going to do. Because I think it looks really cool. And I'm just like really loosely doing this. So I'm not even holding the pen very close. Like I am just like really just holding the pen back a bit and just kind of scribbling. And if you do cut these out, they're going to look really cool. And as I'm going, I'm realizing that I'm getting scribblier and scribblier with each pass, which is okay. It definitely gives it that little bit of an accent. But you still have all the gold lines as well. There we go. I really like that. Let me show you. Just, I don't know. Like everything is so shiny on this one. But it looks really cool. And so if you cut around this, right, like you can fussy cut right here around these lines, and you have a really cool flower for in a journal. Just trying to see if these are dry yet. I think this one is just about dry. I love this one. Oh, that is so much better than even using the gel plate, isn't it? This just looks stunning. This one's not bad either, but it's just not nearly as cool as that one. Okay, that one goes with those. What do I have left? The rest is all regular paper. So that was, oh no, I have these. So these, let's start with this one. I also have a silver marker. And you can pick out some of the accents, right, with a little bit of silver. I don't always have to use gold. So right here, this one, I kind of just want to color it in. Why not? Same right here. Why don't I just color that in, so then you get all the beautiful colors around here. And then the silver on the inside. So you're just accentuating the design, but you're doing it by hand. And you can use any color marker that you want. If you have like if you are a person who owns Copic markers, I think you can do lots with coloring this in. I don't own those. I don't really, like the only alcohol that I use is the alcohol inks and not alcohol markers. I like my watercolor markers. which was another thing that I was thinking I wanted to do, was play with my water paints on the photo paper and see what would happen with that. But I will just try that a different time. I just really like this. I don't know why it is turning out so cool, but I think that's the silver really standing out. And you can leave, I don't know if you can see it, but I left a little white mark there. Why not? It just gives it a little bit of an accent. So I won't sit here and color the whole thing in because that's going to take forever. But I want to give you an idea of what you can do with all the different stencils and stuff that you have. So this is alcohol inks. They are permanent, but I think if I were to put alcohol back on that, I think I would reactivate it. What do you think? Do you think that's going to happen? No, it's not. This is really, like, that's the interesting part of the photo paper, right? Even the alcohol ink is permanent now. Let me just, sure, let's grab right into the texture paste. Where's my cloth? Yeah, it's not doing anything. It just left it exactly what it was. I want to leave this one alone. I really like how it looks, and it's the same with this one. I really, really like how these two look. So I'm just going to leave them alone. Where are we at for time? It is 9:30. You guys, like, it's been 2.5 hours already. Can you believe that time flies that fast? So this is the one I just did, and I really like that. It, like, the silver is laying right on top of it, where the inks are into the background, and that's what's making this look so really cool. Then we have the scribbly one. That. And then my absolute favorite. That is so pretty. Oh, can you see this as journal cards in a journal and as a background on a journal page? It's just so pretty. And you know, there's nothing wrong with this one either. Like, this one is very pretty as well. But it just isn't the exact same. These two, of course, I like a lot. Then I have this one. This one is dry now. And then there's the one that I threw on the floor. Right there. So that, I think this one, all I did was just spray it with some different distress oxides. I really like this one too. This is not quite dry yet. It's getting there, but it's not quite dry. Can you see the oxide spray that is inside the texture paste now? It's given like really light dots. I think I want that a little brighter, but What about if I put some dried marigold over top of it? Same idea, like just sprinkle it. Oh yeah, I like that. Like you don't always have to use just black or white or like for splatter. You can use any color you want. And that I like. I think it just gave it that little bit of just extra. So it's not dry. The texture paste is like the paper is super heavy right now. It is totally soaked with all the inks and the sprays and stuff. Like, yeah, it's pretty heavy. So I'm just going to let that dry on its own. And then what is the last one I have? Is this one. And this one is like almost magical. Like the colors are so soft, even though they're not soft colors that I used. They're pretty bright colors, but because I sprayed over top of it with the oxides, it just kind of made it soft looking. It just looks very pretty and almost fairy-like. All right, well, I have a whole bunch of stencils that need to be cleaned. The other thing that I turned out with is I have two really cool doilies now. So, yeah, I may have to give those a little bit of extra color. Just cause I can. So I'll just spray like a couple of different blues on it. So I have speckled egg. And my speckled egg I've had forever and is starting to run out a little bit. That's okay. I'm just kind of toning it down. Before I put some picked raspberry over top. I love picked raspberry. It's almost like, it's like against that blue, it's almost fluorescent. Yeah, I like it. They're usable, so do a little spray of old paper, just cuz, and ta-da, I have two pretty doilies as well. So this is giving me a lot of stuff that I can work with. Like I now have like some colored lace from the paints and inks. I thought I had another one. I do. I have this one too. And this one has beautiful big roses in it. I wonder what would happen if I sprayed that walnut in there. Oh yeah. Interesting. I don't mind that. I wonder what happens if I take... I'm still not done. I can go for hours doing this stuff. So. Oh, how cool is that? that works. So can I do that with this as well then? If I lay this right here, and then I grab a picked raspberry. Oh yeah. So that works. You just have to work it a little different. And again, like that looks so cool with all the different colors kind of popping out. And then if I go over this like that, it just tunes it down a little bit. And then I'll take, I don't really want to. So I think that's good. I think I want to put some picked raspberry over top of here too. So I'm going to lay this over here like this so that the whole design is there. And then I'm going to grab the picked raspberry again. Oh, cool. That looks really awesome. And then this one. I don't know if I want to do anything to this one. I think I may just destroy it if I do, because I actually like these colors. So I don't want to mess with it too much. All right, what's coming up for tomorrow? Tomorrow is Paper Doll Saturday, of course. And I have listened. I heard that you guys were kind of done with the bathing suits. So all good. I was kind of done with the bathing suits too. So that's why I had put it out to the group. So no bathing suits, but it is going to be something really cool. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of in my youth right now, so I am like looking at different things that I can do where what I did as a teenager and as a child is coming back. So like just like the Adventure to Bacon Rind City, then the tomorrow is also kind of something similar. To start with, we have the paper dolls in the bathing suits from last week, the 1960s, and you'll have to tune in to see what I'm doing with them, what I did with their page, because it is kind of neat. And then the new paper doll for this week, the freebie, is also really cool. So you'll have to stay and watch the whole video tomorrow, because there's a lot of surprises that are going to come up. Right now it is, well, just about 9:45. I am at the end of what I wanted to do with you guys. So do you have any questions or anything like that? Like, I have some extra time, so let's just have a little chat. Is there something that I am missing, or that is there something that you guys want me to do for another live? Like, so next week there won't be one, but the week after there will be, and I can do exactly what I want to do. But is there something that is more interesting for you? So I would love to know. Let me know in the chat if there is something. Um, I'm pretty open to trying a lot of different things. I really like this one. I don't know if you guys can see what's happening, but it is like, as it is drying, the picked raspberry is not as bright anymore, and it's just kind of blending into the background. It looks really cool. Oh my goodness, I've sat all day and now my bum is a little numb at the end of the day. So I still have this one too that I use to just wipe up other things. I can probably do some. Oh, I can do something with that. Wait. Let me just put this aside. Let's grab. Let's grab this one. So like I said, next week I am spending, like, next week is actually kind of a weird week for me. Like, I'm not even working the whole week. I am off on Thursday and Friday because I believe that I should not be working for my birthday. There's not very many days where I say I'm not working. My birthday is definitely one of them. So that's what I'm doing, and I get to go to see Toy Story with my grandkids. I remember when it first came out, and my daughter was just born. So it's kind of neat to do something like that with the next generation. So I'm trying to like get this to come up, but it isn't. It is kind of soaking right into that dark purple. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's cool. Do I not have another paper that is kind of not? Yeah, why not? There's a lot of color in there now. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't want to waste any of the papers that I'm... But look at that. This side is almost cooler. What would happen if I put water on that? So this is definitely not photo paper. This is just regular copy paper. It is very thin. And so I'm being super careful with spraying stuff on it because I don't want to waste it either. But yeah. All right. Well, we're at the end for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday. And I hope you'll tune in tomorrow for Paper Doll Saturday. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the last 5 episodes of the Adventures to Bakerang City. And I think on Friday we'll do like a run through of everything that I did for it, so kind of like a recap. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, really appreciate everybody tuning in every week. I love that there's comments of, hi, I can't wait for tonight, and things like that. I love it. Corey, thank you so much for tuning in. Nancy, Phyllis, I really appreciate you guys, and everybody else as well, of course. Have a wonderful rest of your day and have a great weekend. Bye.